My name is Gbenga Ajiboye. I am the candidate for House District 48. I'm a chemical engineer, and I have my first degree in Nigeria in chemical engineering, my second degree in Texas in chemical engineering, and my third degree in Iowa in chemical engineering. I have also worked in the oil and gas. Weld County, where the district I represent, is in the front line of the climate emergency. In the whole state of Colorado, there are 1,517 active tank battery, according to the COGCC. Out of this 1,517, 1,248 is in Weld County, and this represents 82% of all the tank battery that existed in the state of Colorado. Just a quick overview. A tank battery is actually the unit where when all the wells are drilled, the pipeline sends the produced material into a little space called the tank battery. That's where all the separations are done. And the reason why this is important is that this tank battery is also where we have the flare chambers. And these are the major source of methane pollution. The scientists have been talking about the global warming potential of carbon dioxide, CO2. We all know that those are the greenhouse gases that is elevating our global temperature. But I will let you know that methane in 100 years is actually 28 times worse than CO2. And in 20 years, the global warming potential is 104 times worse than CO2. So what that means is if we let go of this methane into the atmosphere, it can actually cause a lot more adverse effects than carbon dioxide, which is the CO2. Before the Industrial Revolution, before we discover oil and gas, there are naturally occurring methane. And our great-grandfathers had about 722 parts per billion carbon methane in the atmosphere. This is what they had to deal with in their time. This was in the period between the 1750 to 1850. But from 1850, we had this industrial revolution up to 2018. The global warming, the methane concentration in the atmosphere has increased from 722 parts per billion carbon to 1,850 parts per billion carbon. This is already causing a global warming emergency. I will let you know this, right? In Colorado, the entire state, we had 2 test stations of monitoring methane in the atmosphere, according to CDPHE. We have one in Denver and we have one in Platteville. So we can now look at the numbers of the methane that is being recorded in the atmosphere. In Denver, we have the concentration of methane in the atmosphere is 2,303 parts per billion carbon, which is a whole lot higher than the global concentration, which the scientists have been crazy about. I will also let you know that in Platteville, our concentration of methane in the atmosphere, according to CDPHE, is 2,800 parts per billion carbon average. This on its own is, if there's any reason why we have to be alarmed, this should alarm us significantly. As some of you have already known, I was involved in the investigation of the Firestone house explosion. It's another really real present danger of the physical effect of having these wells close to our homes. The reason why I'm running is I'm trying to look into a solution to this effect. Now, we need to start winding down on our dependence on fossil fuel. I've known so many risks, so many other adverse effects that I'm not going into. I haven't thought about that. And in order to wind down, we need to start talking about the alternatives, which is the solar panel, the wind turbine. These are the kind of philosophy I want to bring into the House, and I will urge the citizens of Weld County and also the citizens of Colorado to just, bring down this divisive argument, let it come down a little bit, let's begin to look at the solution. So global warming emergency is present in the Front Range. You can breathe it, you can see it, you can smell it, you can feel it. Then my question is, why do we keep electing people that have no clue about how the signs of oil and gas? If we have 82% of the tank battery in the state in Weld County, then we need an engineer like me to be elected to begin to look into or hearing the argument about this effect. Now, the power to change this trend is in the hand of the voters. The voters need to now start voting for elected officials that actually understand science. I am not a global warming denier. I'm a scientist. And I understand from even just my university research and my thesis that global warming is real. And thank you for listening to me. And I hope I have been able to let you know or bring attention to the Front Range, which is in Weld County, that the global warming effect is present here. Thank you for coming by. I'm Gbenga Ajiboye. I'm running for House District 48. Go to my Facebook and my website. I have actually addressed some of this issue, and you can learn more and reach out to me and let us, keep this conversation going. Thank you so very much.